Yes, so I'm just trying to, go through a course I bought and, to skill up as well. I got the course from Creative Oche on social media design. No knowledge is ever wasted, and every time we have to keep on with our skill upgrading and, upskilling as well. So basically, that's what I'm doing right now. Basically, that's what I'm doing. I hope you can even hear him. Yeah. So that's it. So guys, I will really appreciate if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have amazing stuffs on ground that I'll be uploading soon. Graphic design, UI UX design, amazing tech contents too. So I'll be basically I'm trying to focus more on absolute beginners because in this part of the world I discovered that it's a bit difficult to, you know, get things right when it comes to graphic design. Anything actually that you want to learn, it's a bit difficult to learn, to start it up because you get confused all the time. So I basically want to ensure that I can guide through every steps in designing for absolute beginners who is just starting design. So if you're just starting graphic design, I'm working on some projects whereby I can carry you along on learning graphic design from the scratch, absolute scratch as a beginner. I'm going to focus on Photoshop. That's the tool I'm going to focus on. And I will teach you everything you need to know to start with. Everything, the major tools we use to, bring your work to life. I'm going to explain everything without gatekeeping, without holding anything back, step by step, how to navigate around Photoshop, and also some tips on other softwares you need to know as a graphic designer, because you're not supposed to be limited to Photoshop, maybe Corel Draw. Though basically, I don't use Corel Draw. What I use is Photoshop, Illustrator, and Figma. So I'm gonna be showing you all of those things, but we're gonna be focusing more on Photoshop. That's what I'll be focusing more on. Then from there you'll be able to pick up, because everything you need to know is what I'm gonna say. Nothing like gatekeeping. We are not gatekeeping here. Everything will be said. Everything that you need will be said, and everything you need will be said, and you'll be good to go. With graphic design, you'll be okay. It's been 10 years I've been designing now. I started designing in 2015. That was when I started initially. And it has been a struggle. The growth has been very slow, to be frank. The growth has been very, very slow. And this is just as a result that I really do not prioritize learning consistently. When I started back in 2015, that was before I got admission into school. So I started 2015. I was just basically designing for friends. I was designing for friends. I was, you know, I was just doing random stuffs. I would design for a friend who is doing his birthday. I would I would just pick random design on the internet and just design. And then it was even very hard because, excuse me, there were no much resources like this then. There was YouTube, quite alright. There was YouTube, but number of creators there then were not that much. So there were no enough information out there to guide you. And then, you know, there was no data, right? So you have to struggle to get data, to get subscription. That's what I mean. To get subscription, you have to struggle, and it's very difficult to get YouTube videos downloaded. Then very, very difficult. So those were the contributing factors to why I haven't, been able to scale up that fast. Rixie, hi, Rixie, how you doing? So now this is 2025. That's like 10 years in graphic designing, and I've just concluded that it would be very nice of me if I can create a course whereby those who are just starting to design, or who are interested in learning graphic design, would actually be able to start up on a very firm. Hey, Silva Junior, where are you going to? All right. So, um, I just felt it would be very nice if I kind of have a course that teaches designers, I mean, fresh designers, newbies, how to design from the scratch. Everything that it's entailed, design principles, even the tools. That's what I'm going to majorly focus on. The tools, design principles, and how it works. So I'm going to be teaching that, because sometimes it's quite easy for you to just go on the internet and read about things and you get it right. Yeah. But when it comes to practicalizing it, it becomes very difficult. Very, very difficult. So what I'm gonna do is, while the theoretical part will be there, also the practical part, because what matters most now is the practical. You know, it's very easy to just cook up theories. Very easy. The easiest thing to do is to cook up stories. Theories rather, to cook up theories. That's very easy to do. It's very easy to do. You can easily cook up um theories and you just cook it up. But now I'm gonna make it in such a way that as a beginner, you will be able to step by step design, step by step, everything you need to know. From design principles to every other things. How to effectively communicate and all of that. So then we'll move to Photoshop, where the major tools there will be, shown out to you. All the things you need to know about the tools, how you can use them, because one tool can be used in different ways. Different ways. So, and the truth is, you can't, or I can't teach everything. It's not even possible. But I would expose you to some things that probably you might not have known before, because some of these things are things I encounter day by day, and also they are things that naturally people don't talk about them. You know, you have to face it as a struggle, and if you don't do a deep research, you won't even get to know about it. That's how bad it is. Those things you hardly get to know about them. You hardly get to know about them. So you hardly get to know about them. And I'm sorry, let me just quickly attend to something. All right, sorry about that. So there are things that most of the time people don't talk about them. You know, even when you get challenged about it, you hardly hear people talk about it, because professionals felt like there's no need to talk about these things, and it's just irrelevant. And that's absolutely truth. It's irrelevant, but nevertheless, most of the time it used to cause a lot of setbacks, because to you might look irrelevant, yeah, but someone down there somewhere is suffering from this, from not knowing anything about it, but to you it's not a problem. You can easily find your way around it, and you get your solution, right? But what in a situation whereby someone is actually suffering from this thing, how do you tend to help the person? So that's why, as much as possible, as a designer, you don't just assume someone will not need this thing. Initially, I was thinking this thing will not be relevant because who would need it? But when I began to go deeper into design, and I discovered that there are some little things, as little as they are, I don't really know them. You get, for the past 10 years, and I still don't know this thing. It could be probably, oh boy, it could be probably as a result of not doing deep researches, or as a result of, you know, not being patient enough. Okay, so what if I now decide to make this open and teach people about it. It would be nice, right? Yes, it would be nice. So that's what making me, working on that project. And once it's out, I would let everybody know. And if you're interested, you can opt in for the course. I'll make it very much affordable because my focus is for designers to learn how to design the right way, especially, like I said, absolute beginners. You know, professionals find absolute beginners very hard to teach. When you've attained some certain level in design, that's when it becomes very much easy for professionals to take you through. Why? Because most of the time they are always busy. Most of the time they are always busy, and they really don't want something that will take so much of their time. So that's why you hardly see professionals teaching absolute beginners. You hardly see it. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but you hardly see it. And if it's going to happen, it will be extremely expensive because it's more like spoon feeding a baby. So, and for a professional who has a lot of projects hanging on, to just leave his project and focus on you and take you through some basics, it won't come very cheap. So that's just the truth. But for me, I want to consider a lot of things. The fact that, okay, as a Nigerian, um, we know what's going on in the country at the moment. So how do we contribute to get to the betterment of the economy? We're always shouting people go learn a skill, go take a tech skill, go learn this, go learn that. And to be honest, it's not easy to even get the money to learn. So how do we make it work better? For us who has the skill already, we can make it free as well. That's the truth. Because it takes a lot of commitment, a lot of sacrifices, a lot of sleepless nights to also get to the level at which everybody are. So what I think we can do is at least we can make it much more affordable. I think that works. Even according to Proverbs chapter chapter 4 verse 7, I think. Yeah, 4 verse 7 says, wisdom is expensive. With all you're getting, get understanding. So to even get wisdom is very expensive, according to Proverbs. That's the Bible. So meaning that for you to get any knowledge, you have to really be ready to sacrifice. And what do you want to sacrifice for it? It could be your time, it could be your money, anything that you're willing to sacrifice for it. So that's why it won't be free. And that's just the honest truth. You will find no wisdom for free. It's never free. Or it can be very much affordable, which is my major target. Very much affordable. And also be detailed enough for you to kickstart. Very detailed enough for you to kickstart. So if you're interested in the course, you can drop it in the comment section that you'll be interested. And also let me know areas where you are challenged as a beginner. Then I can walk through around those areas too, so that those areas can be covered with what I already have in mind to do. So let me know, drop it in the comment section. What exactly are you facing as a challenge in designing as a beginner? So whatever it is you're challenged with as a beginner in design, drop it in the comment. Then I would work around them. I will use them in creating my course. Like I said, the course is going to be basically for beginners. So if you're an intermediate, it might not work for you. Honestly, it might not work for you because Most of the things I'll be saying there, they are things you've already gone past. They will definitely be things you've gone past. So it will just be like a waste of time for you. But no knowledge is ever wasted. You might not know it the way I do it. And knowing it the way I do it is also a plus for you. It's also a plus for you. So that's that about the course I'm working on. Let me know what you feel about the whole idea. Is it something you're gonna buy? Will you buy the idea? If you're gonna buy the idea, let me know in the comment section. Just drop it in the comment section. The course will be for absolute beginners. It will be for absolute beginners starting their journey in graphic design. That's what the course is going to be majorly all about. I'm going to be exposing the secrets to designing well as a beginner. You know, most of the time you struggle as a beginner. I struggled too. That's just the truth. But my struggle would have been very much less if I had the opportunity to meet with professionals, right? And to be truthful, professionals are not cheap to meet with. That's just the truth. You can't meet professionals very cheap. You have to meet them at a very expensive rate, right? So, but this course now will help you get the understanding. And to be honest, not just learning about the tools, we're also definitely going to design. Oh, we design. I'm going to design from beginning till the end, everything, even some basic things you need to know, because like I said, the tools in Photoshop are not just used for one thing. One tool can be used for thousands of things. I'm just exaggerating by saying thousand, but like it can be used for so many things. So at least two or three of what a tool can be used for is what I'm going to practicalize, so that at any point you want to use them, you definitely know that okay, I'm using this tool for this. At this point, this is the tool I'm supposed to use. Then it will help lessen your stress of how do I do this, how do I do that. At least you have a clue of okay, I want to do this. Then this is the tool I'm supposed to use for this. So so that's so that's what the course will be all about. I'm going to be telling you this tool can be used for this. For instance, pen tool can be used for this, can be used for that, depending on the area and where you want to use the pen tool, right? So for instance, market tool, I will show you what you can do with market tool, where and when you can use them. Like I said, you don't use a tool for just one thing. You can use it for two, three, many things, depending on what you want to achieve. The same pen tool can be used to cut, trace out an image. That same pen tool can be used to draw a shape. So you can see. But if I should tell you now that you can only, trace out image with pen tool, you may think it is only used for that. But no, it can be used for quite a lot of things. So those are the things I'm gonna break down and explain them one after the other. So it's gonna be a very robust and comprehensive course. Very robust and comprehensive that as a beginner, once you kick it up, I can guarantee you that in nearest, let's say, a month, you are good to go. I wouldn't want to say in a day or in 1 week or whatever. You know, or anything has issue. I wouldn't want to say that, but in a month's time, we'll be good to go because it's going to be a practical session, breaking the tools down one after the other, showing you step by step how to navigate. Also, another key thing is that once you're not familiar with the tools, how do you now stay creative? So for you to stay creative, you need to follow creative designers, people who are into design, who have been designing for long. You need to follow them, learn from some of the things they post. Then also Pinterest could be another very great platform to get inspired. But once the inspiration comes, how do you do that thing? That's where my course will come in because I'm going to be showing you step by step how you can do certain things. When you see one thing, okay, I may possibly be able to use this to do them. Yes, exactly. So if you're an absolute beginner, please drop it in the comment section. Let me know some of the challenges you are facing currently. Let me know some of the challenges you are facing currently. Just drop the challenge in the comment section. What you are facing as a beginner. Then I will be able to know what to do next. Because I want to make sure that this course actually solves real life problem. And not just a kind of course to just create to just make money. No. While I make money, you also gain the knowledge. I want the course to worth the money because I want it to be a problem solving course in real time. While it solves your problem, you also make money for me and you'll be fine too because at the end of the day, what you're looking for is for you to also start making money from graphic design. And yes, you will definitely make money from it if you do it the right way. So drop it in the comment section. What exactly is your challenge as a newbie in graphic design? I'm still going to repeat this again. The course is basically going to be focusing on absolute beginners. If you're just starting for the first time, that course will be very nice for you. Let's say you've not even touched Photoshop before, that course is for you. And maybe you've been designing too, but you want to switch into Photoshop, you can. But like I said, the course is majorly to serve beginners. So you might not be interested in the design, you might just be interested in the tools, which is still fine. Yes, it's still fine because I will make sure I break down the tools one after the other, what they are used for, what they do, one after the other. I'm going to break them down. Excuse me. So, if you're having any challenge, kindly let me know what the challenge is as a designer. Kindly let me know what the challenge is. Then I will be able to know how I can help. So that's all about the course. It will be focusing on absolute beginners, and step by step, I'll be showing you what you need to do. So, if you're just joining me and probably you've not been following up from what I've been saying so far, I'm talking about the course I'm working on, which is basically going to be for absolute beginners. And if you'd be interested in the course, drop it in the comment section. A graphic design course, by the way. So, um, it's purely for beginners, and I'm going to be explicitly explaining the major tools, not all, but the major tools, because there are thousands of tools in Photoshop. So if I tell you I'm going to teach you all the tools, I'm just lying to you, and it will be very obvious that this guy is just lying. So I'm not going to be teaching you all the tools because there's no how I can even teach you all the tools. Even myself, I don't know all the tools. You understand? So nobody really knows all the tools. Nobody really knows all the tools. And for anybody who will tell you they will teach you all the tools, they are just lying to you. They're just lying to you. We have to be realistic. This is 2025. We don't have to lie before we can tell the truth, or no, before we can just say what's right. But majorly, the tools that is required to design is what I'm going to be showing you. The tools that are required rather for you to design. I'm going to be teaching you. Then, yeah, that's it. That's gonna The tool will be based on you grasping the whole concept of design as a beginner. So, first thing is the exposure to the tools, then understanding the principles surrounding design. That's the design principles. All of those will be explained and how they practically connect with each other. To be honest, I want to be telling you the stories about how design came to being, the origin of design. No. That's not what we're really interested in. That's not what we're really interested in. What we're interested in is going straight to the tools. These tools are used for this. Then, okay, um, design. What design is all about? Design principles. How can this principle be practically used in a design? How can they be incorporated in design? When they tell you hierarchy, what does a hierarchy means? When they tell you contrast, what does contrast means? We have to show it practically what it means. And if you're just coming in as a newbie, all these things might sound strange to you, but if you're familiar with design, obviously that shouldn't be a new thing. It should have been something you've been, you know, having interaction with time to time. It should have been something that you had, somehow, right? Exactly. So that's that about that. And I want to assure you that you will like it because it's gonna save and serve you at the same time. It's gonna serve you diligently. Okay. Yeah. So that is it. Yes. So yes. Okay. So you can drop it in the section, in the comment section rather. Then let me get to see them. Yes. Sorry, don't mind the background noise. Yes. Sorry about the background noise. I'm in the office. Okay. So just pardon my bad. Okay, kí ṣó anything láti ṣe ni? Okay, mo ń bọ̀ kí Uche yẹn lélẹ̀. Okay, mo ń bọ̀. Okay.
How far is it? It is here. Mm. I don't call am again now. The phone don on again. The ring no pick my call. I say in number don dey ring now, but it's not picking my call. Uh, I'll still try it. Okay, 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 okay. Ogara.
So guys, that's gonna be all for now. Please don't forget to drop your comments as regarding the course. Please drop your comment. Let me know what exactly your challenge is as a newbie in graphic design or someone who wants to start graphic design. Let me know what exactly your expectation would be, and it will help me to get it right. And also, you'll be happy while I'm also happy. So this is because I'm actually, just consuming. This is not my course. It is a course from someone, a colleague that I'm learning from. So gradually, yeah, yes. So please comment, drop your comment. Let me know exactly what your expectation will be as a newbie in graphic design. See you some other time.